I'm often asked to share my favorite spots in Winnipeg, and it always surprises me because Winnipeg isn't exactly a tourist destination. It's a pretty small city. We do have really amazing restaurants, a notoriously thriving music scene, simply because Winnipeg is a relatively cheap city to live in. And so living in Winnipeg as an artist, whether you're a musician or a visual artist, it's like a pretty great place to be if you want affordable housing and still want to make art. So yeah, great theater, music, art scene, really huge shops, some great galleries, fun bars. I spent a few weeks going to all of these places so that I could prove to you that Winnipeg is actually really fun and worth visiting. And I should note, I have lived here for my entire life. So I think I have a pretty good handle on the places that are worth going to. I guess one thing I should note before you travel to Winnipeg is that the public transportation system isn't amazing. We have city buses, but we have no subways and no streetcars. Some people like to say that the bus isn't safe. I don't really think that's true. It's pretty easy to navigate. It's a good way to get around. Winnipeg isn't the most walkable, but it's also not a huge city. So it's not like you'll ever spend more than like 15 minutes commuting to most places, honestly. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Oh, actually, no, one more thing. Rather than just listing a bunch of restaurants and stores and bars for you, I decided to format this video as if you have a full weekend in Winnipeg. So Saturday morning to Sunday night. So we're gonna start off on Saturday morning. First things first, you're gonna go and get breakfast at Clementine. Clementine is, I think, easily the best breakfast spot that we have in the city. It's really no contest. The thing is, on weekends, because Clementine is so good, it does get quite busy. So you're gonna try to go to the restaurant a little bit early, and you may have to put your name down on a wait list. You put your name on the wait list, you're gonna go walk through the Exchange District to Parlour, which is on Main Street. Parlour is an incredible coffee shop. It's just like great third wave coffee shop. You're gonna get your coffee, your matcha, look at some of the local art that's always hung in the coffee shop. They kind of have rotating art throughout. I believe it's every month they switch out the art typically. Actually, at one time I even had some art in there. So yeah, very cute little spot. You're gonna get your coffee, and then the host from Clementine is gonna call you, and you're gonna walk back over to Clementine. It's like a 3-minute walk in between Parlour and Clementine. In terms of ordering, you really can't go wrong. Some of my favorites are the steelhead trout, the eggs benedict, the spicy cucumbers. They have a ricotta toast that's really good. I actually don't think any of those things have ever been removed from the menu in the entire time the Clementine has been open. The breakfast drink, it tastes exactly like an orange Julius. I think this is such an underrated menu item. It's delicious. Or just like get a mimosa. But if you're not into drinking in the morning, the breakfast drink is so good. When you're finished breakfast, you're gonna walk over to 70 Albert Street. That's where Vantage Vintage is located. They have a crazy selection of vintage designer pieces. I believe the majority of their clothes are kind of pre-90s vintage. So lots of 60s dresses, curling sweaters, some amazing antique pieces, very unique shoes. They also carry an excellent selection of formal wear, and the two owners are the nicest people alive. And then if you're looking for trendier kind of 90s Y2K vintage clothes, you should head over to the Jar. It's at 70 Arthur. They have very cute going out tops, think like little skirts, low-waisted jeans, and a fantastic boot selection. In the same building as the Jar, you'll also find Shop Public. They're kind of an apothecary and vintage store. They recently moved into 70 Arthur, and so I think they're still kind of filling out the space with a little bit more stuff. The two owners of Shop Public make all of the candles, fragrances, incense, the apothecary goods that they sell. After shopping and walking around the historic Exchange District, you're gonna head over to Osborne and you're gonna get a table for lunch at Crumb Queen. If you watch my videos already know that I love Crumb Queen. I work there sometimes. My friends are the owners and I just think they're like truly the most talented people. I just think Crumb Queen kind of has the best baking and the best pasta in Winnipeg. Crullers are sort of what Crumb Queen is famous for. The pumpkin spice cruller that they have during autumn is fantastic, but you really, again, can't go wrong. Like, the cinnamon sugar cruller is so good. Chloe makes amazing chocolate chip cookies. The morning buns are great. But for lunch, I would highly recommend ordering the spicy soppressata sandwich, any of the pastas. Andy often does a stuffed pasta, but they're all hand-rolled pastas, absolutely phenomenal. And you have to get the Caesar salad. The Caesar salad is my favorite salad in the city. Every time I work at the bakery, I order the Caesar salad. I honestly fall asleep at night sometimes thinking about the salad. Slightly further down Osborne into South Osborne is Black Market Provisions. They make food to go like soup, salad, dips, and a little bit of baking. They also carry cookbooks, fun drinks like Gia, it's like a non-alcoholic aperitif. And they stock Black Market Crunch, which is my favorite condiment. Just a fun little gifty kind of store. I get lots of gifts and cards and stuff from them. Your next stop absolutely needs to be Chips Vintage on Sherbrooke. The owner, Andrew, is the sweetest, cutest guy. He has a very cute dog who's sometimes in the store, but usually he's hiding under the front counter. See if you can catch a little glimpse of him. He's really, really cute. Andrew has an amazing t-shirt selection, great vintage glasses, also newer glasses from Crap Eyewear. He stocks Sunday Feel, which is a local jewelry designer. And then in the back of the store, there's some fun homeware stuff. He also has a claw machine. It's one of my favorite places to buy t-shirts.
Wrong with you, just be nice.
I like them.
Hey, look
They're
here.
very comfy.
At this point, you will probably be a little bit drained from eating and walking and shopping. So I would highly recommend that you go home, take a quick little nap because you have a big night ahead of you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am a proud supplement skeptic. I've heard that so many don't work because you end up just peeing them out before they can actually take effect. So about 2 months ago, the company Seed reached out to me about trying their synbiotic. It's the DS-01 Daily Synbiotic. And I decided to try it for a few months before telling you guys about it because I was unsure if it would actually work for me at all. And I have to say, I do think it's the real deal. And I am a very harsh critic when it comes to probiotics, prebiotics, any supplement really. And the reason that I think this product is so good is because it's actually able to make it to your colon, which most probiotics can't do because your stomach acid will just eat them. The larger pill is protecting a smaller pill inside that contains 24 strains of probiotic. These 24 strains help your digestive, skin, heart, and immune health, as well as your gut barrier integrity. Prebiotic in this pill is derived from pomegranate, so it's non-fermenting, gentle on your stomach, and low FODMAP diet friendly. So like I said, I've been taking the DS-01 for 2 months, but I felt like this week I was really putting it to the test because I was eating out every single day, sometimes even twice a day. And typically when I eat out and I eat a lot of sodium and just really heavy foods, I get extremely bloated. I look bloated and I just feel super sluggish. But I found that even after eating out constantly, I was feeling pretty good. I also didn't look extremely bloated. Oftentimes in the past, if I would eat a really big dinner and I would be drinking, I would go to bed looking and feeling bloated and then wake up in the morning still looking and feeling bloated. But now that I'm taking this pre and probiotic, I don't find that that's the case at all anymore. And like I said, I am very skeptical of supplements, so I was kind of shocked by how well it worked after about 2 weeks. I actually have a discount code that you can use if you're interested in trying Seed. It's BIGBOOK20 and you'll get 20% off your first month of the DS-01 Daily Synbiotic. And thank you so much to Seed for sponsoring this video. My gut feels so happy. For dinner, you're gonna go to my favorite pizza spot. It's called Vera. They do Neapolitan style pizza. It's a teeny tiny restaurant. They don't do reservations, so sometimes you might have to wait like max 15 minutes. They pump out food really, really quickly, so you can get in and out of there pretty fast. In the summer, they have a very cute patio. They also have an amazing salad, actually. Their salad kind of rivals the Crumb Queen Caesar salad in my mind. But the salsiccia pizza and the calabrese pizza are two of my favorites, and then you absolutely have to get dessert. They just have one dessert. It's the panna cotta. Absolutely delicious. After dinner, you've got a few options. So you could see if the Handsome Daughter has a show going on. It's like a local punk bar, and they often have live music on the weekends. I think actually every Saturday night they probably have music. Either every Friday or Saturday night they'll have music. You could also go to Public Domain on Portage Avenue. It's another fun venue. Actually, they have shockingly good chicken tenders. If you're looking for late night food, you should go there. They have really, really good buffalo chicken tenders. But yeah, they also have live music. They also do karaoke. If you want to have a little nightcap, maybe play shuffleboard or pool, you should go to Club 60 on River. It's a Legion. I don't know if Legions exist in other cities, actually. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just a Winnipeg thing. They basically have the cheapest beer in the entire city, and you'll definitely run into some notorious Winnipeg characters there. If you enjoy doing karaoke, but you don't like singing on a stage, you should go to Agit. It's a karaoke bar, but patrons just sing at their tables. You have to flip through a huge binder full of songs. You can't just look up the songs on a laptop. You have to use this huge binder and flip through it and find the songs that you want. It can be a little bit difficult to find, but if you go to 110 Osborne and up a flight of stairs and down a long hallway, you'll start to hear people scream singing, and then you'll know that you're in the right place. The Yellow Dog is also a great dive bar. I think those are probably all my favorite spots for a night out. Oh, unless you can get yourself invited to a wedding social, which is a very Manitoban thing. Yeah, try to go to a wedding social. That would be fun too. They always have really fun raffle prizes. Next morning, you could roll out of bed a little bit later and you're gonna get a greasy breakfast at Sal's. Salisbury House is a Winnipeg institution. It opened in the 30s and there are quite a few locations across the city. I would recommend the one on Taylor because it's close to a few of the other places you're gonna visit. Generally, I just order the classic breakfast with a side pancake, but the Sal's Nip is also kind of a must order. It's just a beef patty, but it's served on a bun with caramelized onions and cheese. Actually, that's a cheese nip. You should order a cheese nip. It sounds very underwhelming, but I promise it's actually weirdly good. I also believe most of their service staff are middle-aged women and they're generally very funny. A major downside to getting breakfast at Sal's is that their coffee is horrendous, so you're gonna have to go to Cafe Postal in St. Boniface to get a good cup of coffee. They always have really interesting coffee beans for sale. You could get a coffee and walk over the St. Boniface Bridge. There's also an amazing sculpture garden in St. Boniface, actually. If you're interested in doing some book shopping, I'd recommend going to Mcnally Robinson. It's our biggest independently owned bookstore. I get so many of my book recommendations just from the staff picks at Mcnally. Such a well-curated store, amazing selection. They also have kind of like gift stuff, puzzles. They have a really good record selection, actually, and a CD selection. Their kids section is also really fun. It's up this flight of stairs. It kind of feels like a tree house. I have very fond memories of going there as a kid and shopping with my mom. Something about the smell of Mcnally is just so nostalgic. Once you're done at Mcnally, I would highly recommend going to Hen on Osborne. It was formerly a shoe store called Rooster, but they've done a little bit of rebranding and now it's more of an apothecary store. They stock brands like PF Candle Co. and Muji. Muji makes really cute candles. They have some great fragrances, really cute home decor. Everything feels very high quality and well curated. Next door to Hen is Small Mercies, kind of a similar concept to Hen, but it's a little bit larger and they also have jewelry. They stock brands like Wolf Circus. I actually got these earrings that I'm wearing from there and this ring. They have books, they have flower arrangements, they sell really cute cards. They're also a coffee shop and in the summer they have this hidden courtyard that you can drink coffee in. And actually, a fun little fact, the building that Small Mercies is in used to be an apartment building, and when my Nana was little, when she moved from Italy to Winnipeg, she lived in the apartment building that Small Mercies is in, and her and my Auntie Fran, her little sister, would play in the courtyard. So I just think that's kind of cute. At this point in the afternoon, if you're getting a little bit hungry, I would recommend going to one of Winnipeg's many amazing Vietnamese restaurants, especially in the west and north end of the city. Honestly, there's just so many. They're all excellent. Now, if you're visiting Winnipeg in the summer, you should go to the Legislative Grounds, get a bottle of wine from the LC that's across the street, and although this is illegal, you should drink a bottle of wine at the Ledge. It basically just feels like a beautiful park. There's a monument to Louis Riel there. You could take a little walk around the grounds, and then yeah, just flop down under a tree, have a nice little drink. But if you're visiting in the winter, you should go skating on the river. The river freezes so solid that you can skate on it, and there's a path all the way down the river that'll take you to the Forks, which is a market where the two rivers in Winnipeg meet, but you have to bundle up or you will absolutely freeze your ass off. On Sunday evenings, the Oxbow, they're a restaurant and a natural wine bar. They do 50% off bottles of wine. So you gotta go and get a bottle of wine. Their natural wine selection is so impressive. Generally, I just go in and I ask my server what they would recommend I drink, and I just let them bring me whatever because they know best. And then if you don't finish it, you can just cork it and take it home with you. I'd get a couple little snacks. Their olives are excellent. They have a very good tuna crudo. They always have a fun cheese. And then for dinner, you're gonna go to Shirley's. I definitely make a reservation because they get pretty busy. I believe Shirley's is kind of considered to be a French bistro style restaurant. I actually went there for my birthday this year. My friend Christian is the bartender and he is so knowledgeable. They always have amazing pastas. They usually do a fun shrimp cocktail. Their pickle plates are great. All the pickles are pickled in-house. And it's just very cute and beautiful in there.
One of my friends was like, just like a
Freak talk.
I think that kind of concludes my weekend city guide, but honestly, there are so many more places that I wish I could have included. There are a whole bunch of galleries that I think are worth checking out. I just honestly didn't have time to go to all of them to film for this video, but I'm gonna include a full list of every single place in Winnipeg that I think is worth visiting, both places that were included in this video and places that weren't, and they'll be in the description. And yeah, that's my Winnipeg weekend city guide. I'd highly recommend making a little trip out here, whether it's in the summer or the winter. Winnipeg, I believe, is just such a special city. It's a place that people love to talk shit about because it is a little grimy and it's so cold. There's also just something about the climate and the city as a whole that breeds resilience and kindness and humbleness that I've never encountered anywhere else. I think you should come experience it for yourself. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.